Hi guys, my name is Simone. Welcome to my channel. I'm a metaphysics practitioner as well as a student, a yoga teacher, meditation teacher, and a Reiki master. Today I want to talk about lies. Not the lies that people tell us, but rather the lies we tell ourselves. So, as we work our way up through each of our chakras, coming from the base of our spine, dealing with our physical reality, up to the sacral, our emotional center, to the solar plexus, our willpower, and where our ego, the seat of our ego, our heart, the center of compassion, love, forgiveness, our throat, the center of truth and wisdom, and the center from which we create our reality, really, how we bring things into manifestation. The third eye, the way that the truth that we see, rather. The crown, our connection with greater consciousness or whatever lies beyond, right? As we work our way up and we get to the throat, we're taught that as this is the seat of truth, not just the truth that we say to others or that others say to us, but the truth from which we say to ourselves, or the lies from which we say to ourselves. And we are taught to clear this area up in order to keep that perspective honest, so that we make decisions based on that honesty, based on that clarity. But I am bringing to you today the idea that maybe honesty is not all it's cut out to be. Here's why. So, as I journey through spirituality, especially doing spiritual work, attempting to deepen my practice with astral projection, with channeling, with other kinds of energy work like Reiki, with doing clearings on people, I know that there's a possibility of coming across entities that are not so friendly and do not have the same kind of good intentions as I may have. And for a while, I just kind of cut it out, like completely just did not live in the same universe as anything awful. So I would tell myself that if I kept my vibration high enough, there was no possibility that any of these things could ever affect me. And that worked well for a while. And then I had somebody who had an experience with a negative entity. And then that experience was it affected me too. And that belief started to shift, and I started to get uncomfortable and started to wonder, okay, maybe the way that I've thought it to be is not the right way to keep moving forward, and maybe I need to be honest about what's really out there. Ooh, all the scary things, right? The more I thought about being honest in this way, the less it served me, the less it supported me in raising my vibration. It only dropped me into more of a state of fear. So I decided that I was going to go back to telling myself whatever I needed to tell myself in order to be okay, in order to come out of a state of fear, and in order to raise my vibration again. And what I was telling myself, and what I tell myself now as well, is that everything comes from the same source. And that aside from everything coming from the same source that you and I came from, there is polarity, there's duality. There are those that are on a path to serve others and to help others and to expand consciousness and to raise vibration and to make heaven on wherever, earth, wherever. And then there are those who are on a path to serve themselves and who will do whatever they need in order to get ahead. Now, this doesn't make them bad or them good or them wrong or them right. It just makes a balanced perspective. We cannot have good if we do not have bad. We cannot have a path to serve others if we do not have a path to serve self. We cannot have joy without sorrow, day without night. We can't have any of these things without the balance. And so what helps me come into that state of calm and peace in my own mind is to tell myself that this guy is not bad, that this guy is my brother, that my brother has, my actual biological brother, has on many occasions done things to serve himself in order to get ahead. Does that make him an awful, evil, demonic entity? No, I don't believe so. He's still my brother. There's still a large part of him that serves others and that desires to serve others and desires to give love and to share and to support other people in their journey forward. And so when I think of this dude, I think of him as my brother who's just a little bit further down the line than this dude, right? Or than my actual biological brother, I should say, a little bit further down the line in this direction to serve himself. So what brings me peace is that little lie. Could it be true? Could it be a lie? But it's something that I tell myself without knowing whether it is actually fact or not. Now, there are many of these situations or circumstances where we can do this to serve ourselves in order to kind of move to the next level of our journey, into the next level of our expansion or awakening or whatever it is that you are hoping to achieve. And so I say, evaluate whether the lie is useful or not, and decide for yourself whether using that little bit of story, that story that you decide to tell yourself. I have hiccups, sorry. Whether using that story is serving you on the path of whatever path that you are journeying through, or whether it's causing a hindrance or a blockage. Is it blocking you from expansion, or is it taking you to the next level of expansion? For me, it takes me to the next level of expansion. Telling myself that this guy is my brother who comes from the same source as me, who is just a little further down, and maybe somebody just needs to believe in him a little bit to bring him up a little bit. Somebody needs to give him a little bit of love to let him know that there's this other possibility of existence, that there is not only this way. Okay, you choose to continue on that way. I admire your commitment, right? But if you choose to do things in a different way, here's a little opening, so that you can just peep into that doorway and see that there is another way. And maybe you will get that little glimpse through me. Maybe you'll get that glimpse through me. So I wanted to just leave that note with you guys of evaluate the lie. Evaluate whether it's serving you or whether it's causing a blockage or a hindrance. You might be very surprised to see that lying is not black and white. That sometimes this area of consciousness or awareness is necessary to open it even more by telling yourself that little story to make it easier for what needs to flow through. Have a beautiful evening or day or morning or wherever you are, and see you guys on the next one. Oh, if you haven't already, give this video a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button, and wishing you guys a beautiful week.